We're kicking it all off with our very own Chef Heather, who is live at the Estancia del Norte this morning. Good morning, Chef. How are you?
Good morning, Shelly. How are you?
I'm doing good. I hear something sizzling over there.
Yeah, we're cooking up some chicken thighs and making some Arroz Con Pollo. So I kind of got started without y'all because I wanted to show you as many steps as I possibly could. So
okay,
we're going to jump right in if that's okay.
Sounds good to me.
So what I did was brown some chicken thighs. I'm going to drop the temperature on this just a little bit. So I browned some chicken thighs, and really, again, you can use whatever kind of chicken parts you want. That sounded gross, but like if you want to use chicken breast, that's totally good. It's great to use a skin-on chicken here. I like to use thighs and get some really good flavor. The bone-in is gonna help you achieve a really good broth. So right here, we're kind of in that same pan. We talked about doing one pot, so here we go. In that same pot, I'm gonna make a sofrito. So I have some tomatoes, peppers, and onions in this same pot. We're gonna kind of hit the bottom of that pot too to scrub off all the good drippings from the chicken itself.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about that chicken. I love chicken and rice, and I love that you're doing this all in one pot. Right. And you mentioned that you were using chicken thighs with the skin on, which I think is important because that's really the best part of the chicken when it comes to flavor, right?
It really is. A lot of people that really like chicken prefer the darker meat, and this will have a ton of flavor. But your chicken breast doesn't have quite as much flavor as something like this. And again, if you're braising products, it's great to use something with a bone in because you're going to get more flavor in the outcome. Did you season your chicken with anything? So we've got what's that?
Did you season it
with salt and pepper? That's it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, just salt and pepper. That was it. And so I've got a little spice blend working. What we did is because we're doing Spanish, I have some smoked paprika, some saffron threads, some turmeric, which is going to give us some great flavor, and it's heart healthy, of course, and some ground cumin. So we're going to add all this to our sofrito to flavor that up. If you notice, I haven't used a lot of salt, which is really odd for me. That's kind of cool. You see all that flavor, even all that color coming out in the sofrito itself. You might notice this pot. This is from my uncle's pot, and it's all beat up, but I love it so much. So Uncle Britt, thank you for that. I'm going to add some garlic to that and let that go for a few minutes. We'll add the chicken back, and I'll show you what happens in the end.
All right, I am looking forward to it. Thank you so much. We'll check back in with Chef Heather in just a bit. Welcome back to San Antonio Living. We're going to check back in with Chef Heather. She's been working on an Arroz Con Pollo this morning, all in one pot, all the flavors together.
All in one pot.
Oh my goodness. How's it coming over there?
It's looking pretty good, Shelly, I'm not going to lie. So I added the rice back to my pot. I let the sofrito cook down a little bit and then added the rice to it, and I've toasted that up a little bit. And then we'll put the chicken back in there as well. Just kind of put all that in there, and then I'm going to add some chicken stock. The recipe calls for 4 cups. I'm going to put in 3/4 of that, okay?
Okay.
And then we'll let that cook down and check it about midway through. And if we need to add more, we'll add more, and if not, not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what are we looking for? Waiting for the rice to kind of soften up and for the liquid to go away?
Absorb all that water. So the rice I'm using is a medium grain rice. It's kind of like risotto's medium grain rice, so sort of like an arborio, but it's kind of important to use a medium grain rice, so this way it's going to soak up all that liquid. So while you're cooking, you want to just check it and make sure you still have liquid in your pot. So once this is done, we'll bring this up to a boil, and then we'll drop it to a simmer and cover it. Again, check it midway through, and then once it's done, we'll want to serve it immediately. And this is kind of what it'll look like.
Oh my goodness!
So want to serve that right away.
Looks beautiful.
Right, I've added a little bit of lemon. You can right before you serve it, I would check for salt. Again, I mentioned earlier, we kind of didn't season much during the cooking process. I mean, the chicken breasts, the chicken thighs were seasoned, but we didn't season as we went, which we usually do. And that's because we added these olives, and that's going to give, that brine's going to leach out and it's going to give you a lot of that salt that you want from it. So you don't want to over season it, but you want to check and not under season it.
That looks so good. I am going to print up that recipe and I'm going to make it tonight. Thank you, Chef.
I hope you do. It's really easy. Super simple, and yeah, send me pictures if you make it.
Okay, good deal. Thank you for sharing that with us, guys. You can also get the recipe on our website. It is saliving.com, and be sure you're following us on social media at I Love SA Living.